Hi, so fucking drunk, back again with something completely different. What I'm going to do just now is a little bit of a recipe. It's a drink called a Whisky Mac, known in Scotland. Got my crystal glass out for this, and I've got a generous helping of Bell's Scotch blend, the 8-year-old Bell's in it. Arthur Bell's. Everyone knows Arthur Bell's all over the world. It's not my favourite blend, but it will do for this. And what I have got is, everyone will know the Crabbies ginger beers, but maybe do you know that Crabbies do the ginger wine? It's 13.5 on a Richter scale for this. And the drink I'm going to do goes back to the days of the Raj in India by a Colonel MacDonald, where obviously he got the spices, because the Crabbies ginger wine is cramp full of exotic spices and fruits and whatnot. And obviously he came up with something there, and he discovered it would work well in a dram, the whiskey. So anyway, it's called a Whisky Mac in his honour. I discovered this years ago when I worked in a golf club. This stuff is green in colour. It turns it, the whiskey, a sort of like a urine sample, to be honest with you. But this stuff here, I discovered it a good few years ago. I used to work in a golf club in the outskirts of Glasgow, in the suburbs, and come the winter, this is a golfer's drink, and I thought I'm going to have a go at that myself, because I like a wee dram, and I was hooked on it. It was really nice. See, come December, January, February, when the winds are bitter and you've got the snottery nose and you're feeling a wee bit sorry for yourself, if you like a dram, go down to your local supermarket and buy some green ginger. You can get the Crabbies, which you pay a wee bit dear for. You get Stones, that's another one as well, which, to be honest with you, it's okay. If it's the first time you're ever going to try it, you'll enjoy it, but that's the best of the lot. That's a Rolls Royce. The Crabbies green ginger wine is the best of the lot, to be honest with you. Well, anyway, we'll go in here for a wee bit of the aroma of the Whisky Mac, see what we can come up with. No, you're coming up there with your lovely, the warmth of the dram is coming up there. The Bell's whiskey is coming up there lovely. And then you've got all your spices in there. You've got a little bit of cinnamon. You've got a little bit of clove. A little bit of orange coming up there as well. It's a lovely drink. If you're going to try this, the best time to try this is if you get a sniff in the nose or a cold. I know there's a lot of guys out there who drink the hot toddy, which is basically whiskey, sugar and hot water. Go to your bed and have a nice sleep, and if you know how to do it right, it will sweat a cold out of you. But this stuff here, if you've got the flu, it was a long time ago since I last had the flu, and I came and I drank a half bottle of whiskey and I drank a bottle of Crabbies green ginger, and it was suitably fresh when I went to bed. But you know something, I felt great as well for those few hours. I really did feel great. There was something in it. Everyone's going to just say, aye, it was alcohol that made you feel great, but you know yourself, if you've had a drink, if you're on the flu, I've drank before and I've heavy colds and I've had a few cans of beer and I felt rough, really rough while I was drinking them, but this actually gives you a little bit of lift. It's got lovely warming spices in it. So anyway, I urge you to try it. So fucking drunk, drinking a Whisky Mac named after Colonel MacDonald, the days of the Raj. So anyway, Slangy Va. Go in here and see what it's all about. Oh, lovely, 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 lovely. It coats the throat, coats the whole mouth. That's what it does. It's absolutely fantastic. You've got the warmth of the whiskey, you've got the spices, you've got the cinnamon, you've got clove. There's a little bit of clove in there as well. The throat is actually, it's like a backdraft. Now, some people say when they drink whiskey it just burns. Well, you're getting the warmth of the whiskey, and then the green ginger is keeping it about there, and it's helping the nasal as well. It is a beautiful drink, an absolutely fantastic drink. I urge anyone to try this. My favourite recipe, a lot of people, it's meant to be 1 part whiskey, 1 part green ginger. Well, I really like green ginger, so I put 1 part whiskey. I put a generous part of whiskey in, right? Maybe a double measure, right? A pub measure or a bar measure. You put maybe a double measure in, and then you put maybe 3 or 4 parts green ginger in. Some people actually put it in, which ruins it for me, but I do know people that put 1 part whiskey, 1 part green ginger, and put a little dash of water. Now, to me, that's ruined it. I know water's meant to open the bouquet of the whiskey, but it doesn't really matter with the green ginger in it. It's you're losing it there somewhere. This green ginger is actually stoving the coals of the whiskey, and you're getting a lovely sensation, the heat of the whiskey, but you're also getting a lovely spice as well. It's clearing the throat, it's clearing the nose, and if you've got a cold or a flu, if you had a good few of them and went to your bed, you go to your bed happy. Probably the happiest you're going to be for maybe a week or two. So anyway, I urge you to try a Whisky Mac. I'm going to get back in here again. Oh, fantastic. So anyway, anyone out there, Colonel MacDonald, if you're related to him, he brought a fantastic recipe back to Scotland, and I hopefully, well, there's a lot of people out there who know about Whisky Mac, but then again, if you've not, I'd like to share it with you. And anyway, Slangy Va, all the best to Colonel MacDonald, and if you ever get a chance to try it, it's any kind of whiskey you want. I don't know if it worked with bourbons or anything like that if you were in Canada, but Scots blend whiskey, and that's what it's called. It's called Crabbies Green Ginger. There's a big rave going on about it just now. They do ginger beers, orange flavoured and traditional flavoured ginger beers, but that there is what Crabbies is famous about. If you ask somebody over 40 about Crabbies, they're not going to mention ginger beer, they're going to mention green ginger wine. That's where you have to go to get a Whisky Mac. So anyway, if you've tried the Whisky Mac before, give us a shout, and if not, Slangy Va, get down there and try some of it. It's a cracker. I'll see you in something different view. Ciao for now.